Hi, good evening all. This is Nageshwar Dalwai. Um, yeah. Hi, good evening all. This is Nageshwar Dalwai. I have around 14 years of experience in the integration space, TIPCO and MuleSoft. I am a certified MuleSoft developer as well as an API design associate. So today we are going about MUnit testing. It is a um, the main purpose of the MUnit is Anypoint Studio has Anypoint Studio will provide application testing framework to automate the MuleSoft applications. So it is fully integrated with Maven, and you can use Maven or Surefire for continuous deployment, and it has a lot of features like it supports you can validate, assert or mock or content status of the data, and um, it, it it's uh, uh, you can use coverage reports as deliverable also, and you can run the immunity test either manual or you can use CI/CD process, and for Anypoint Studio will support multiple ways of creating the application. Creating the immunity cases, you can go for a project and go for the uh, by uh, by going to the project, and here MUnit yeah. Using the MUnit test, you are able to create it, or you can using the API kit. The Using the API kit, you can create the test suite of applications. It supports multiple ways of um, execution, and it also has it also provides the coverage reports. This is you can The purpose of the coverage report is it will measure how much of a mule application has been executed, um, so that you can identify how many application flows, or how many resource level or application level or flow level. You can identify how many processes are tested properly, and it will give the percentage of the coverage level. If you look at here, it will show the how many flows are there, and what are the components, what are the um, flows, and how much percentage it is covered. And also you can use this coverage. You can set a minimum coverage level, and if using the required parameter attribute, if you set for if you want fail the build, if you don't achieve the 80 percentage of the coverage, then you can create uh, create Maven such that it will fail the build. And here uh, yeah, MUnit has the main building block is it has MUnit has three scopes: behavior, execution, and validation. Um, Behavior is to set the preconditions of the execution of the code, and execution is in order to implement your actual test logic, and if you want to run the particular flows or processors, you can use execution scope. And if you want to validate, you can use to validate scope. And okay, it has behavior, execution, and validation. So behavior, you can able to set the marks, or if you want to set the payload or event. And in the execution, you can actually run the process. And in the validation part, you can test your logic, how it should be, the result should be, how the execution result should be, what are the expected result you are doing. So here you have it provides a lot of features. If you look at here, the ignore test, it is basically used if you want to ignore particular test. If you are creating a number of test cases, and in particular scenario you want to only run few cases, few test cases, then you can set that particular one to true, then that test case will not run. And if you want to run some set of test cases, something related to particular thing, then you can use tags. You can set a tag here, like success case or error case, or some depending on the your functionality. And by default this test case will be timed out in 2 minutes. So if you want to change that timeout value, you can change that timeout value. And uh, and suppose if you want to test the error cases, what kind of error it is generating, then instead of verifying it, if it expects any type of error class, something like HTTP, or maybe you can use error type, what kind of error type. And here expected exception class, you can define like Java long error, error like that error classes. And by default events, source events are will not be executed. So if you want to run along with this test, you can choose enable flow sources, and choose whatever the flow you want to execute along with this one. Then with this test case, that that actual code also will be executed together. So it has Munit modules. It has two modules, Munit and Munit tools. Munit has all the basic structure of test cases, and before test, after test, such kind of components. And Munit tools, it has the actual process to implement within the test cases. And we have the two utilities, database server and FTP server. Database server is used to uh, manage the database testing, and FTP server is used to test with the database FTP. So we in the Munit module, we have different kind of routers: before suit, after suit, before test, after test, and operations, set event, and set payload. In that one, the test is a core component where you are able to actually run the test case, and we it has before suit and after suit. These will be executed only once, and it has some set of test cases. And if you want to run before all your applications, then you can use this before suit, and after suit, this will be used to run all the tests, and but it will be executed only once, especially if you want to use for the setting up of environment. Then you can use these suit, before suit and after suit ones. And before test and after test, these are will be executed each these will be executed uh, every time before each test. But per test suite, you can able to set only one per test suite. And actual the test, you are able to create the test case, then you can use the test. And we have the operations, set event and null payload. These will be used to set the payload. These will be used to set the event and to nullify the payload, you can use the null payload one. Yeah, we have under the immune tools, we have a lot of operations, asset that, asset equal, asset expression, mock when, verify call, DQ. If you go for yeah, so yeah. So here asset equals asset expression and asset that. So asset that will be used to uh, verify whether the particular value is equal to the expression or not. Asset equal used to validate the payload whether it is equal to the certain value or not, whereas expression, it supports different kind of data wave expressions, whereas asset asset that in order to implement the M unit functions, asset functions, you are using the asset dot. And we have the queue process, queue and DQ. In order to insert a particular payload or message into the queue, you are using the queue processor. If you want to remove the message from the particular queue, and if you want to put the some timeout, then you are able to use the DQ. And at the same time, we also have the storage process, store, retrieve, remove, and clear. Store is used to store the message with a key value pair, whereas retrieve is whatever the stored value will be retrieved using the retrieve processor. And if you want to remove that key, then you can use the retrieve. If you want to clear all the stored data, all the parameters, then you can use the clear stored data. Yeah. So we have the immune database server. Um, it has this is basically used to the main purpose of the database server is to run the if your tests are involved with the database, it will be difficult to handle the database for your local environment testing. So Anypoint Studio M unit will support database server. So it has execute query, and validate. These are the three processors it will support. So how you can install it? It's a very, you can just add the module, and using the MUnit DB server, you can just drag that module. And if you want to create the particular database tables, there are two ways: SQL and CSV. Using the SQL, you can use the data definition language operations like a create, alter, or drop, or truncate, or something like that. And for CSV, then you can use the file name as a table name and headers as a column. Okay, and uh, validate that, execute, and execute query. These three processes are these three processes will be supported by the database server. Validate that, in order to validate the result of the query, which is a what to compare whether the result is as expected or not. And for execute, uh, it is used to run the DML commands, insert or update, whereas execute query, it is used to run the SQL select query. So similar to the database server, we have the FTP MUnit FTP server. It will be you don't need to install the FTP server. Just you can add that module, and it has two processors, contain files and remove files. Remove will remove the files or data structure, data directory. Contain files, it will identify what are the files are present in that one. So coverage report. So regarding the demo, we have one application. I have created a car API application. It has two operations. It will get the data and get the, yeah, it is a car API. The main functionalities, it has just two operations to get the car location and whether you want to unlock the car or lock the car. So here how exactly we are creating by using the API kit router. I'm creating the create a test suite for create API from specification. Then we have, then under the source, yeah, then the API kit will be created. So here, these are the two test cases will be created for the one. This execution part here, it will receive the HTTP request to that one, and under the validation, it is validating whether you are getting the success HTTP code or not, and whether status asset uh, this asset that will verify what is the expected result it is coming. And for the payload data, you are setting the data with here. Here you are setting the data. So now I'm running the MUnit test suite. So here generate the report. I'm generating the report. So this is a car API XML. And here, if you look at this one, these are the two operations, two methods, get car location and lock and unlock car. These are executed, and this is a type is a flow, and how many processors it has. It has two processors. Um, these will be successful, and this is a main one. As it is a API kit, it has so many error processors, error flows, so those will not be executed. So after the test is executed, it will show the tick mark, what are the processors it is covered. So here, these are the processors will be covered. Uh, and for the second one is MUnit test, a test recorder. So to simulate this one, um, so this is a simple flow. It will receive the request. HTTP listener is there, and we are getting the data from the database, and we are transforming the data, just setting back the payload. So in order to run the test case, so just run the record test for this flow. So when you, I'm having some issues. So when I'm sharing the screens. So if you have any, if you run with that one, it will first ask whether the test recorder. Then whenever you send the actual request data to the test case, then it will start. It will tell whether the recorded data is recorded. Then it will give the what it will give option to what is the file name and what is the test case, and after that it will give the option what kind of data you want to mark the one, whether it is a HTTP listener. This is a listener, and here the employee is the my select database query, database query. So I am selecting the mark this processor here. Um, After that, test summary. And once you execute this one, the test case will be created like this. So mark employee set input. and flow reference and asset payload. The flow reference is used to call the that particular flow. Mock employee is used to set the um, initial data from the database query. Whenever that database query processor is executed, it will replace the data with that one. And asset payload, we are verifying whether the data is the same or not. So this is a coverage report. And once it is executed, it will have the tick marks. What are the things it will be there. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.